Good evening, everyone. We are here again back together. So, in the last class, we discussed about a question which was also of economics, and today we are going to discuss the question. This has also come in prelims 2022, and it is also of economics. So, I am thinking that we should continue with economics topic, and it will maintain our fluidity or flow. So, this question has come in prelims 2022 UPSC. The question is with reference to the Indian economy. So we should highlight these questions, important points. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. An increase in nominal effective exchange rate. So here is a new term we are listing. Nominal effective exchange rate indicates the appreciation of rupee. See, appreciation, not a depreciation. We will indicate it with an upward arrow of rupee, our currency. An increase in nominal effective exchange rate indicates the appreciation of rupee. It is a statement. It is a statement. Okay. The second option is an increase in real effective exchange rate. So here again there is increase. In the first question there is appreciation, which means increment, and in the second option there the word increase is used, which also means appreciation or increase in real effective exchange rate. So it was nominal effective exchange rate means NEER, and it is real effective exchange rate. Real effective exchange rate REER indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. See how UPSC tricks us. Indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. We will come to this point later. And the third option is an increasing trend in domestic inflation. Again, there is increment. An increasing trend in domestic inflation relative to inflation of other countries. See, inflation, domestic inflation. It is domestic inflation and relative to inflation of other countries. Yeah, here it is other countries. Is likely to cause an increasing divergence between NEER and REER. So increasing divergence between NEER and REER. So this question, as said by experts, not by me, as said by expert, it is quite a difficult question and it was an unexpected question. But UPSC asks some this kind of questions because they have to क्या कहते हैं, छाटा जाता है, eliminate. They have to eliminate. So. And one thing more, I am going to talk to in English because I have to write paper in English. You have to write paper in English, as well as your interview medium will be in English. Then it will be better, because in the last class I observed that I was using the word ayat, niryat in place of imports and export, which is not bad because I do not condemn any language. I respect all the language equally and I love Hindi myself. But for the UPSC point of view, we will have to work on our English because it is not going to change overnight that I am talking every day with everyone in Hindi and suddenly I got changed to English. So it will be a difficult thing. I will fumble a lot, but never mind. We will continue with this. Okay, and practice makes a man perfect. Okay. So here, with reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. An increase in nominal effective exchange rate. So here the question is all about one or mainly two things, that is NEER, nominal effective exchange rate, and REER, real effective exchange rate. So first we will understand what are these terms and why it has given in this question. Generally what happens, in last class we discussed that generally one country, suppose country A has to deal with country B. Then it will say that I want oil from you. A wants oil from B. So what will happen? A will give some money or money to B. So currency of A is not used in currency in the country B. It is normal thing. Dollar is not used here. If I give someone $1 to a chai wala, he will say, what is this? I will not accept this. Even it is valuable, but he will not accept it. So currency of one country doesn't work in currency of other country in other countries. So what will happen? They generally what they do, US dollar is the king. US dollar. Every country almost every country is eager to buy dollar. Why? Because dollar is acceptable in almost all countries as an exchange, medium of exchange. So US dollar, that's why its value is rising day by day, and it is expected that it will rise again. Because it is like English language is almost in every country, used in almost every country. So what this country A will do, it will go to some reserve exchange organization. It will give its currency. Suppose its currency means C, it is noted by C. It will give currency C and buy US dollars. This is the symbol of dollar. It will buy the US dollar with whatever exchange rate at that time. So it will give the dollar to this country B, and the country B will supply oil to it. This is general process. Now we are seeking, India is seeking currency to currency exchange, direct exchange, no dollar in between, and they will exchange directly. Like rupee ruble, you might have heard that rupee ruble currency exchange. To rupee to ruble. It is happening because of Ukraine crisis. Everyone is trying to separate Russia. Everyone is trying to boycott Russia. So they are not giving dollar to Russia. They are trying not to give dollar to Russia. So Indian government, what it has done, it has said, okay, we don't need dollars, we don't need third party. I will give you rupee, you give me ruble, and we will exchange in that. Similarly, in similar terms, they are talking to UAE and other countries that we will exchange directly. Why there is need of dollar? They are eliminating dollar. But even after all these things, dollar's value is rising and money is falling. Rupee is falling, and not only in India, euro is also falling, yen is also falling, yuan is also falling. Every country's currency almost is falling. That is because of another topic we will not discuss here, but we will listen. That is US Federal Exchange Rate. That is the thing. US Federal Exchange Rate is increasing. Exchange rate or investment rate, I cannot remember. We will discuss in another class if it is needed. It is increasing. That's why US dollar's value is increasing and other currency are falling. What is happening that US is giving, in layman terms it can be understood that US is giving high interest to other countries, that I will give you high interest, you invest all your money in my country. Like India was doing, Mr. Modi used to say to every country that make in India, make in India. So US is doing the same thing. It was affecting the corona and Ukraine war and everything. It was affecting US business. So US has done that, I will give you more profit, you invest your money in my country. So what the big companies are doing, they are taking money from India, money from Russia, money from everywhere, Europe, and they are investing their money in USA. This is the thing, means it is giving high returns. That's why US dollar is rising and other currencies are falling. Our currency is also falling, but not at that rate which other currencies are falling. We are in the safe zone. Like in COVID times, our economy was I think it was one of the least which was impacted due to COVID. So this is also good, but even still it is falling. Okay. So what happens? This is exchange. This exchange goes day by day, every time, day to day basis. So what happens? If you want there are some indicators, some measuring indicators. Means if I say that see, in India, one samosa was of 5 rupees. Now it has become of 10 rupees. And in USA, it was of $1. Now it has become of $1.5. So our inflation has gone double, and their inflation has gone 1.5 times. So how can you relate? How can you relate the exchange between these countries? It needs some calculations, some measurement, some scale, so which is easily explainable. Then the term comes nominal effective exchange rate. Effective exchange rate. See this exchange rate. Then we decide the exchange rate. What is rate? In physics, in mathematics, we understand rate. What is rate? Rate is 1/2, means A upon B. means change of one entity with respect to other entity. Rate simply means A upon B, X upon Y, something like that, 1 upon 2. Differentiate, divide. It means divide. So what happens? This exchange rate. So what exchange rate? What exchange rate? Currency exchange. So this exchange rate is, its formula is given by rupee. Rupee upon, say we take dollar. Okay, this dollar. This rate 1 upon 2. Matlab X upon Y. Division. So this is rate. What is rate? What type of rate? Exchange rate. What exchange rate? Currency exchange rate. So this formula is given in which the currency which our domestic currency or domestic currency of any country is numerator. Domestic currency is numerator, and in denominator there is the currency which we want to find the rate. It might be yen, it might be dollar, it might be euro, it might be yen, yuan, I don't know their symbols like this or this. It might be any currency, but the matter is the domestic currency is always on the upside in this particular effective exchange rate. Now the word effective. What is the meaning of effective? India has, with respect to India has, because this question has asked Indian economy, is a reference to Indian economy. India has trade relations with many countries. It has trade relationship with USA, China, Bangladesh, UAE. It might have also some trade relations with Mozambique or Congo or Turkmenistan or some other countries which are not of any news, but their value is very low, very low. It is minimum, we can ignore that. So which country has most of our trade relation with? I think it's the USA. So it is effective. Which is effective most? If there is inflation in USA, and inflation in Mozambique, whose inflation will affect us? It will be of USA. Why? Because we are very frequent. We have frequent exchange with USA. Then the word effective comes into play. Okay, and the word nominal. Okay, this word nominal. Nominal means, and real. Nominal means ideal condition. Ideal condition, in chemistry we study ideal gases. Ideal condition means it is the without any hindrance, without any real type of situation. Means you are driving a car. A car has to be manufactured. It has no problem of friction loss. Its efficiency is 100%. No fuel loss, no damage, nothing. All this thing. You are starting a business. No loss, no expiry products, no products failure, no supply chain disruptions, nothing. But you are getting 100% profit. Ideal condition. That is nominal. So nominal GDP, real GDP. The difference is that. Okay. So nominal means ideal condition. And what is real? Real means taking into effect of inflation. Inflation. If we add inflation in nominal, then we get real. Means nominal plus inflation, we get real. Okay, this is the only thing. So what we have understood up till here: rate, exchange rate. Rate means 1 by 2 division. Okay, value of 1 with respect to second. Exchange. What we have exchange? What exchange? Currency exchange. So how it works? We have discussed that. Effective in the terms, it is weighted average, because USA is our nearest partner. We have too much trade exchange with USA, UAE and these countries. So if there is, and China, if there is something happening in these countries, it will affect us too. And we are understanding it with respect to Indian economy, so it will affect us too. But if there is something happening in Mozambique or say in Turkmenistan or say Congo, Zaire, it is not going to affect us too much. So it is effective. Okay. And what is nominal and real? Nominal plus inflation taken into account is real. Okay, now we have understood these things. So there is a formula that is there is no need to remember this formula, because we are not going to be an economist. We have to crack UPSC. Our aim is that, and it is not needed in UPSC. but I will tell you the formula. That's why I have not remembered that. I'm going to cheat. Okay, so NEER formula is NEER. NEER, nominal effective exchange rate, is pi. Pi denotes function, mathematical function. I is equal to 1 up to n SI upon SI star and W to power I. So here n denotes number of countries in the basket. See, I think they take 33 countries. India takes 33 countries mainly, and I think it has increased to 43. It changes, which is affecting us, and we neglect the others. Okay, so it depends how many countries. Suppose n is equal to 33, we are taking 33 countries into account. It represents our 99% of trade, so we will take up to that. N is equal to 33, where SI means exchange rate of the national currency against the country I. So means it is national currency in layman terms, and suppose SI foreign currency. So foreign currency we take dollar, and to the power weighted average. WI is country's weight in the currency basket. Dollar is heavy, rupee is light. So in that way, and if we multiply this into PI by PMD, PI upon PMD to the power whole to the power WI, means this represents inflation rate in country India, inflation rate in country USA or some other foreign country. This denominator represents that. Okay, then to the power WI, then we get real effective exchange rate. So up to this, I think the image is clear. Now we will go to the question again. So let me erase this. It is not needed and it will frustrate everyone. So here comes question. Okay, what the question is asking? That was the basic knowledge we were required to know. We were required to have to solve this question. So with reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. Okay, an increase in nominal effective exchange rate indicates the appreciation of rupee. Okay, means if NEER is increasing, NEER is increasing, it represents rupee is also increasing, and rupee is also increasing with respect to other currencies. Means dollar का भाव गिर गया भाई और रुपए बढ़ रहा है. Okay, so this means that rupee is increasing. Is it true or false? So we will look at the formula. The formula is rupee upon dollar. Okay, if numerator is increasing, then I think simple mathematics that this whole value is increasing. Okay, means if NEER is increasing and the क्या कहते हैं उसको उल्टा भी सही है, and the inverse is also true. If the NEER is increasing, nominal effective exchange rate, that means rupee is also increasing. So this makes the statement one right or true, correct. Okay, the second statement is an increase in real effective exchange rate indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. We will come to this after the third option. Okay, because here is what improvement in trade competitiveness. This is another term we will discuss. Okay, an increasing trend in domestic inflation relative to inflation in other countries is likely to cause an increasing divergence between NEER and REER. See, I told you samosa. Samosa was samosa like this. In India, it used to be rupees 5. Now it is up rupees 10. In America, it was $1. Now it is 1.25 or $1.5. So there is an increment in the inflation in India, as well as there's an increment in inflation in USA. They both are changing, but the rate is not same, because here in India inflation has changed double. It has become double, means the thing which we are getting at 5 has become of 10. Okay, but in USA $1 has become $1.5, but the thing which we are getting at $1 has become 1.5 times. So rate is different. So what happens? The increasing trend in domestic inflation What is increasing trend in domestic inflation? SI. Okay, increasing trend in domestic inflation relative to inflation in other countries. S USA. Okay, it is also increasing. Is likely to cause an increasing divergence between NEER and REER. Okay, this statement is talking about. So it is a correct statement. For easy to understand, it is correct statement. First accept it. Why? Because if this happens, means there is something change in this. Then suppose that this whole term is increasing at greater pace. Then the REER, where should I draw the graph? Okay, here the graph is represented. Nominal effective exchange rate is always high without any loss. Okay, see, it is going like this. Okay, but if this term is increasing, means inflation relation is increasing, it might go like this or it might go like this. Here it is talking about divergence. Divergence means opening distance is here, so we also talk about divergence. Okay, so it is going like this, it is going like this. So here the relative distance was less and here it is high, so means divergence is increasing. So it is a natural phenomena. First accept it. Thus yes, it happens and the statement is correct. Okay, we are not an economist. This question was difficult but it is doable. So it happens. सेब को ऊपर से गिरा है तो गिरता है. Accept it. Okay, if I put it like this, it will go down. Simple. Okay, no need to think lot about this, because some facts should be mugged up. रट लेना चाहिए, ऐसा होता है. Okay, so this is increasing. This statement is true. Now here come the improvement in trade competitiveness. Okay, this should be discussed with general public as well. What happens? You must have heard that 2 or 3 years before, in 2018 I think, China devalued its currency and USA was very angry with it. Trump was there in power. He was very angry that why China is devaluating its currency with respect to us. It is not fair, this and that and all. So what happened? Why did it do? And in India, everyone is angry. Oh, see, rupee is falling, US's dollar is going up. What is Modi doing? What is the government doing? And all. Okay, from a neutral point of view. So what happens? Let's understand with both scenario. Why in India it is a problem? Why in China it is a boon? They want the currency to be devaluated. Why? See, China, India. Okay, suppose they are having some trade relationship with USA. In China, suppose you buy a commodity A, onion. So China supplies onion to USA. Okay, so what happens? USA has its own onion. पहले से, okay, USA has its own domestic onion, US onion. We say US onion. So what happens? The public will see that if I am buying US onion at $1, they will see that it is $1 US onion per kg. Okay, but China, what does China do? It was also providing the onion to USA, and $1 it was reaching to public. So China, what does? It devaluates its currency. Okay, it devaluates its currency. Now with $1 you can buy more Chinese yuan, Chinese currency. So with more Chinese currency you can buy more onion. So what would happen? People in USA will stop buying US onion. They will shift for Chinese onion. And whose trade competitiveness has increased? China, because China is an exporting company, exporting country. But in case of scenario of India, what happens if rupee is increasing? Okay, India is an import country. It is import pradhan desh. Import primarily is importing. Okay, so what happens if India is buying onion from US. Okay. If rupee is going down and something, say tomato, USA is buying tomato from India. So what happens if the rupee is falling? Means with 80 rupees you are buying $1. Rupee 80 is equal to US dollar 1. So if you get 80 rupees, okay, one box money, one briefcase money you are giving to USA, then what happens? You will buy some onion, 1 kg onion. Okay, then if you, now the currency is devalued at, suppose it is 160, please it should not be like that, but suppose then you will have to give 2 briefcase of money for same amount of that product. Means rupee सस्ता हो गया इसलिए 2 देगा, ज़्यादा मार्केट में आ गया, and the onion has become valuable. So rupee is सस्ता and onion is महंगा. तो ये हम लोग को नहीं होना, because we are an import, primarily importing country, so it will affect us in a negative way. That is the whole thing. And if US rupee has decreased, तो ये टोमेटो जो है ये सस्ता भी तो हो जाएगा ना, then people will shift for Indian tomato. Means Indian currency, India is having great trade competitiveness. अब मैं आपको हिंदी में समझाता हूँ. सपोज ये प्रोडक्ट अमेरिका में बनता है, इंडिया में बनता है, ये प्रोडक्ट वहाँ पे चाहिए, इंडिया की ओर से जाता है $1 में पहुँचता है, ठीक है, मतलब इंडिया की ओर से 80 रुपये में पहुँचता है या फिर 50 रुपये में, और उनका जो बनता है $1 पे होता है, तो $1 80 रुपया, तो 80 रुपये दे के अपने यहाँ से खरीदेंगे, उनसे अच्छा ही 50 रुपये दे के यहाँ से खरीद ले, हमारे यहाँ सस्ता है. तो किसका वैल्यू बढ़ा, किसका सामान सस्ता हुआ? सामान सस्ता हो गया इंडिया का. अब इंडिया का सामान सस्ता हो गया तो क्या होगा, लोग इंडिया का सामान ज़्यादा खरीदेंगे, तो इंडिया का ट्रेड कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस बढ़ जाएगा, और इसका ये बेनिफिट होता है करेंसी डिवैल्यूएशन का. तो पीपल विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, जनरल पब्लिक, बट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड दिस. Okay, so this statement is wrong. Why? Because real effective exchange rate indicates an improvement in trade increase. No, increase नहीं, अपना currency सस्ता होगा, means RWR will go down, then we will have more trade competitiveness. Okay, so we will have the answer 1 and 3. Or another method of eliminating answer was that third statement is naturally right. So this one will be eliminated. Now we will have to look in these 3 options. So this was the whole thing about that. Okay. Now we will discuss next question in next lecture. Thank you.